Alright, piss and vinegar day 62. Legs. Yeah, leg day. It's really hot in Australia right now. My tin shed's even hotter, so my phone kept dying. Well, not dying, but turning off the camera because it was overheating. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Might need to get a new phone. Might need to set up my aircon. I mean, the heat's not too bad for me. I kind of like it. It's good. Makes it, it makes me feel like I'm working hard. But to be fair, my work capacity does go down a little bit when it gets hot because I'm a very hot-blooded person and I get hot really easy. I produce a lot of adrenaline. Real hot-blooded man, so I might need to get the aircon set up so that my phone doesn't die on me all the time and I'm not too hot because, yeah, my work capacity was down a little bit on this leg day. So, yeah, today, workout was alright. I'm feeling a bit depressed today. I very seldom get depressed. I just choose not to be. I know that sounds kind of arrogant and almost sounds like I don't then suffer depression. But I definitely have suffered depression throughout my life. But more recently, I've been able to just basically not be depressed by will. Certain things, just look at it as stoically and logically as possible, and I feel fine. But today, certain things happen, feel depressed, and I give myself one day to be depressed when this happens. Very, very rare when it does, but I'm down, a bit moody, not talkative, that kind of thing. And that's how I look at it. I give myself a day if I need it. I give myself a day to mope and wallow and whatever, and then as soon as that's over, I refuse to continue being depressed no matter what. So last time this happened, my dad died. I was sad for a day. I really mourned and everything, and then I just got on with it. And that might sound cold-hearted, but I think that is probably the best way of looking at it. Now, other circumstances might make it harder to deal with, but yeah, and obviously I still mourn my old man and all those things. I still feel down about things, but never do I let it get to me. So very seldom can I allow it to get to me. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. But it was good working out. The leg day helped, I think, getting the juices moving, getting the adrenaline flowing, allowed me to kind of just, don't know how to explain it. It just helped. Well, I mean, I know how to explain it. The number one precursor to depression is lack of exercise. It's as effective, if not more effective, than an SSRI for depression. To exercise is like very well documented in scientific literature. So that's probably why I feel a little bit better right now. Although it starts to come back, all the darkness as the workout fades. But it does help if you are feeling down. Get in the gym and work out. And if you are feeling down, read some Stoicism and don't watch these stupid meme Stoicism videos on the internet where it's like some AI black guy voice that's like, number one, Marcus Aurelius was talking about. No, like read the actual literature and actually interpret it for yourself, because someone else's interpretation may not be the way you should be interpreting it. I mean, it could be a good way of getting into it is first watching a few videos on it, but don't get all your knowledge on Stoicism off the internet or paraphrasing. Actually listen to the great Stoics of antiquity to get a better perspective on it, because it will help with your life in numerous ways. And at this point, it seems oversaturated, Stoicism, but because it's kind of like this like Sigma male meme of like 18-year-olds who just had like a breakup with their girlfriend, like that kind of shit makes them depressed, which is still a valiant reason to get into Stoicism. People kill themselves over breakups and cheating and shit, so I'm just being judgmental. But yeah, Stoicism, incredibly powerful thing. Stoicism and a form of religion is two of the better things you can find in life to combat the difficulty of life. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at today. I guess that's today's topic, is Stoicism. And especially for men, I mean, the more logical you can see facets of life as a man, the closer you are to being a complete man. Like, the number one factor of being a man is logic. Male is logic, female is irrational, and that's not like some misogynistic thing to say. There is plenty of power in female emotions that are beneficial, but men need to be as close to as logical as possible. A good fantasy example of this I like to use, and it might sound nerdy, and you might not even know what I'm talking about, but sometimes you can see really good personality traits through well-written characters. But there's a character called Rogal Dorn in Warhammer 40k as a Primarch. If you have no idea what Warhammer 40k is, then you will not know what I mean. But this character is like basically a 12-foot tall demigod, and he has 19 other brothers, and they all have different personality traits. And his personality trait is just raw stoicism and like perseverance through his knowledge, like always being entirely convicted in his thoughts. And I actually really like the idea of that as a kind of archetype, because that's what his archetype is just pure stoicism, pure logic. And this isn't to say that you can't be, emotional. Like, obviously, even this character is not flawless in the sense that you have to feel emotion, otherwise you're just a sociopath or a psychopath. You need to feel the emotions and then decide what you will do with those emotions. You will feel the anger, sadness, depression, anxiety, etc., and then you just choose how to feel that thing. Like, emotions are how you decide to feel them. Obviously, there's biochemistry in your brain that will change how you feel it a certain way. If a tiger is leaping at you, your adrenaline is going to pump up so high, it's going to be very difficult to override the scenario with logic. And logically, you would see that and go, fuck, that's a tiger. I better be scared right now in order to produce the hormones required to fight. But in other scenarios, like, in like relationship dynamics or whatever it may be, you can look at these things much more logically, because they're not going to kill you. They're a lot of times we're thinking with irrational emotion rather than logic. So yeah. Also with this fucking workout today, my phone kept, as I said, overheating. So a bunch of the workout isn't here. This set of squats, it died at rep 3. So yeah, that's why you basically just see random cuts, and it happened with my other exercises. And then there was a certain point where it just wouldn't record because it was just kept overheating. So there were 2 exercises I did that you don't get to see, which is my hamstring curls. I'm doing laying hamstring curls now rather than seated. And next week you'll get to see how I'm setting that up. It's pretty cool. They work pretty well. It's a really easy way of doing it if you don't have a laying hamstring curl machine. And you didn't see my back extensions, so nothing too, not missing too much. And now this belt squat, I've kind of got it figured out, and it's all standardized. I know exactly where to stand now to get the same range of motion over and over. And these are really good. This really hits my quads hard. Next session I do these, I'm going to pre-exhaust with leg extensions. That way the quads get pre-exhausted with an isolation movement. And these are relatively close to an isolation movement because I mostly feel these in the quads. But obviously the glutes and hamstrings are going to be somewhat activated in this movement here, because it is somewhat compound. It's a multi-joint movement. So I'm going to probably pre-exhaust the quads with an extension first, and then do this kind of hack squat, belt squat variation here I'm doing. And this is really good. I really dig this. So I've pretty much got this machine how I want, or this contraption. It's not a machine, but this contraption, I've got it down to where I want to be. So I think that's officially my logic and stoicism rant over. I might even touch on stoicism and logic more in the future, because it is a topic I like to talk about. I think it's a very good topic to understand, because I don't see it talked about enough. A lot of times it's talked about in a very marketing perspective, but people don't really go deep into the actual philosophy of stoicism, at least from what I've seen. But again, I don't look at a lot of it online, because as I said, I like to practice what I preach. You don't want to watch people talk about stoicism as much as you just want to read it. Now, you could read it and then listen to someone's, a new age person's sort of their own new age take on it, and that makes sense. Like, if you read the antiquitized versions from Marcus Aurelius and all the different Stoics from back then, and then or like Plato, etc., and if you read their works, that as it applies to back then, but generally will still apply to this day, and then once you understand the concepts and you've interpreted it for your own sake, then you can go on to listen to someone else who's talking about Stoicism in this new age, because Stoicism has to be slightly adapted for this new age, because this isn't, we're not living in, you know, fucking 100 BC Rome or whatever, or like, you know, Greek antiquities. So it is a little bit different, but not drastically. So these are the quad extensions. I've basically figured out how to get these quad extensions cable attachment plus weight stack. So as you can see, the weight cable stack, I'm having a stroke, is attached to then also the weight plate. So it's half. The resistance at the bottom is mostly cable, and then resistance at the top is mostly the weight plate. And then my camera died, and that's it for today, really. See you guys tomorrow for more Piss and Vinegar. Hopefully I'll be a bit more upbeat, as today is one of those days. See ya.